I used to believe that love was enough. When I married my wife, I thought the long nights I spent working, the sacrifices I made, and the little gestures of affection were all that mattered. I wasn't rich, but I gave her everything I could. Every smile, every embrace, every promise. I thought it would be enough to build a life together. But lately something shifted. The warmth in her eyes dimmed. The gentle tone she once used turned sharp, laced with dissatisfaction. At first, I ignored it. I told myself she was just stressed, maybe tired. Still, in the back of my mind, there was a quiet whisper. A whisper telling me that her heart was drifting elsewhere. And no matter how much I tried to silence it, that whisper kept growing louder, demanding that I face the truth. It started with her words. Little comments. Look at how successful our neighbor is. Why can't we travel like other couples? You'd be a better husband if you had money. She said it half jokingly at first, like a tease. But I could feel the sting behind the smile. Every remark cut deeper than the last. The more I tried to please her, the more she pushed me away. Suddenly, the dinners I cooked weren't good enough. The gifts I bought were too small. The love I gave was dismissed as not practical. That whisper in my head turned into a steady voice. She doesn't see me as a husband anymore. She only sees what I lack. The signs were all around me, but I didn't want to see them. Until one night, she came home late, too late. She claimed it was a work meeting, but her perfume was heavy, her laughter forced, and her phone never left her hand. A week later, I found a receipt in her purse. Dinner for two at a restaurant far beyond what we could afford. My stomach twisted. When I asked her about it, she brushed it off, saying it was a mistake. But mistakes don't happen twice. Soon, there were gifts in our home I never bought. Jewelry. A designer purse. And when I asked where they came from, she lied. Her excuses thin, her eyes cold. I didn't want to believe it, but deep down I already knew. I couldn't live in the dark anymore. One night, she left her phone unlocked. My hands trembled as I picked it up. Message after message burned through me. She laughed with another man mocking me. He tries so hard, but he's broke. I deserve better. I wanted to throw the phone, to scream, but I stayed quiet. Instead, I began watching closer. I followed her one evening and saw her slip into a car I didn't recognize. His car. My heart pounded as I took photos from a distance, my body cold and numb. This wasn't suspicion anymore. It was reality. I wasn't just fighting for answers now. I was preparing for justice. The more I uncovered, the heavier the truth became. Screenshots of her messages, receipts from their outings, photos of them together. I collected it all. It wasn't about revenge. It was about clarity. Proof that I wasn't crazy. That the love I poured into her hadn't been enough for one simple reason. She never valued love. She valued wealth. I put the evidence into a folder, each page a dagger to my chest. I looked at it over and over, until my tears dried into resolve. This wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of hers. The moment her lies would collapse under the weight of truth. And I was ready to deliver it. It was a quiet evening. She sat at the table, scrolling through her phone as if nothing had happened. I placed the folder in front of her. At first, she didn't understand. But as her eyes scanned the pages, her face drained of color. Screenshots. Receipts. Photos. She looked up, her lips trembling. But instead of an apology, she laughed. A cold, bitter laugh. You would be a better husband if you had money, she spat. Her words sliced through me like a blade. For a moment, silence hung between us, heavy and suffocating. Then I spoke, my voice steady, calm. So love means nothing to you? It's useless, right? Fine. Bye. I stood up. And in that moment, I saw fear in her eyes. Not fear of losing me, but fear of losing the comfort she thought she could replace me with. That was the moment I walked away. Her world unraveled quickly. The man she betrayed me with pulled away when he saw her desperation. Friends and family learned the truth. The woman who once mocked me was now the subject of pity and shame. And me? I felt strangely free. Yes, I was hurt. Yes, I had scars. But those scars were proof that I survived something meant to break me. She lost everything she gambled for, and I gained the one thing she never thought I'd take back. My dignity. I look back now with clarity. Love cannot survive where respect is absent. No matter how much you give, if someone values possessions over a person, they'll never see your worth. Walking away wasn't weakness, it was power. Power to choose myself over betrayal. Her words still echo in my mind sometimes, but instead of pain, they remind me of freedom. You'd be a better husband if you had money. No, I am better without her. And as I closed that chapter, I realized, sometimes the greatest revenge is not destruction. It's moving on stronger than before.